Ever since I became a dating relationships coach, there are two questions that I get asked the most. The first one is, oh, you're like Will Smith in that movie Hitch. And the second one is, how do I cold approach women at the gym? You've probably had that thought yourself if you're a fellow out there who ever goes to the gym. Indeed, women are beautiful, they're exposed, they're vulnerable, you can see their physique. We've all had that thought. And there's nothing wrong with that thought as long as you learn how to do it without seeming like a creep. You see her squatting 135 like it's a warm-up. She's locked in, ponytail swinging, and you might be thinking, no, now's not the time. Shouldn't do it. And you've got the right sentiment, my friend, but the truth of the matter is there never is a perfect time. You're gonna have to go for it, so let's talk about etiquette and the most effective way to execute that cold approach at the gym without becoming known as that creepy guy who approaches every girl at the gym. First, understand not only the gym rules, but the social norms and respectful discourse. Context is gonna be everything here. Remember, when she's at the gym, this is her temple for focus, for elevating her heart rate, for self-improvement. The gym is not a nightclub. You should not move around it from woman to woman as freely as you would a nightclub. Respect the rhythm of the gym environment. She is there to work out. You're not going to take a long, enduring, creeping approach. You're certainly not going to interrupt her workout. That is, in fact, the number one rule. Do not interrupt her workout. Do you like it when you're jogging down the street and someone randomly comes up to you and tries to get your attention and distract you and says, hey, over here, I just wanted to come meet you for no reason? No, you don't. You lose focus. You fall out of the zone. She's not going to be open. So use your intuition, use common sense. Another time you probably don't want to do your approach is when she has those headphones in and she's looking down, locked and engaged. When can you approach then? During those short little breaks, such as when she's finishing the workout to change machines, or to wipe down the machine, or maybe when she's going to buy a water bottle, or protein shake at the protein shake bar. You're gonna do these approaches like a gentleman. Short bursts, not like a sprinting hunter. The next part you need to put focus on is your preparation. You don't need to be a jacked up Arnold in the gym. You don't even need to be built up. That's what the gym is for. We're all going there just to improve ourselves, of course. But you do want to be groomed. You do want to be relatively clean. Yes, it's a gym, but you are more than capable of putting on deodorant and not smelling bad. That is going to be crucial. Remember this on your first impression. You are not going to have a long drawn out conversation here. This is not the type of approach where it goes for 10 minutes, at least not typically. That's an option, but there's no reason to drag it out when she's probably trying to focus on her workout routine. Here's a powerful line that you can start out with. Walk up to her gracefully, keeping 3 to 5 feet away from her. Remember, she's a stranger. We don't want to be in her personal safety bubble just yet. Okay, that can come later as you build comfort. But you're going to say, hey, I work here at the gym and I have actually been assigned to escort out anybody who makes the rest of us look bad in here. And you just might qualify. I'm sorry, I might have to escort you out. A great line to open with. It's fun, it's playful. Here's another favorite of mine. If she was doing some type of workout or exercise that you found naturally intriguing or inspiring, no need to even lie about it. Just ask yourself, could that make you a little bit curious what she was doing? Go on up to her and ask her, hey, I actually noticed you doing this workout. I was curious if you could tell me more about what it was. Definitely caught my interest. Now here's the key when it comes to how elongated you want to make this interaction. You've got to remember, this is your local gym. It is a community-based situation and approach. So you are most likely going to see her again. That rhythm right there, that knowledge, that foresight that you'll see her again is powerful. And that's why you don't need to spend 10 minutes having a long drawn out interaction. Instead, do that basic greeting. You might notice that she's a little bit shocked or wondering what to do with this brand new stranger. Well, that's okay. Build that comfort, shake hands. Hey, my name is John, nice to meet you. Okay, let her know that you are her new friend. No need to linger too long because you're gonna see her again. Tell her to enjoy the rest of her workout and you'll see her around. The beautiful thing about that is the next time you encounter her at the gym and you make that follow-up approach, she already feels like she's familiar and comfortable with you because you showed her that you were not a creep the first time around, that you didn't want anything from her. So you've disarmed a lot of that worried effect about meeting a new stranger in the gym. And when she feels comfortable with you, especially if you've built some rapport during that first interaction, she's going to be much more open to actually exchanging a phone number or getting together later. And if you get rejected during that proposition, no problem. You smile, you tell her it was nice to meet her anyway. She already has a boyfriend. Tell her, hey, congratulations, that's awesome. I'm happy for you. A third way that you can open this is to simply say, hey, I've seen you here a few times, but I've never actually had the chance to say hi. I thought I'd introduce myself before I miss that chance again. Okay, again, this is just the first time you're going to encounter her, so it doesn't have to go too far past the introduction and maybe a little rapport build. You'll follow up again with her later when you see her the next time, and that's when you can really get down to business. Some quick notes about body language, because the nonverbals are actually essential. They're even more potent than the words themselves. You want to walk in with a relaxed posture and frame. Relaxed. You want to make sure that you're not crossing your arms or doing any nervous kind of hand-wringing behaviors. It's okay if you are a little bit nervous, but put your hands in your pockets or down by your side. Okay, resist that tendency to weaken your posture or to close off your body. 3 to 5 feet is a safe distance for someone who's a total stranger. Let's not forget that women have to fear for their physical safety regularly. At least they have to ponder it. Men generally take that fact for granted. We never have to think about that. And I'll say it again, when it comes to the gym, she knows that she's exposed. She knows that her physique is highly visible. You're also probably not the first guy who's wanted to talk to her, but the big difference between you and them is they're trying to invent things to comment on. You're going to be sincere. Go ahead, do that first approach, make the acquaintance, build a little rapport, and then you can follow up later another time as you have disarmed that worry. And as she feels more familiar with you, the follow-up one is going to be that much more effective. Make sure you slightly lower your voice and speak calmly. Now let's also think about her body language as well. Keep in mind, most women are going to be a little bit surprised or even confused when you make the initial introduction, and that's okay. You're a total stranger after all. You would also be confused if a stranger came up to you out of nowhere to introduce themselves. Maybe only for a few seconds, okay? But don't overreact to that if you feel that little dread or that panic build up in front of you because you noticed those nonverbals, like she might be shocked. Keeping all of that in mind, but just look to the bigger things to determine how something is going. If she takes off her headphones, makes eye contact with you, that's obviously a big green light. If she says a few short words to you or tries to put her headphones back in, look away from you, that is an explicit sign that she is not interested. No problem. You can go ahead and casually and comfortably just end that interaction, maybe a few short words, and then be on your way. It's that simple. The best vibe for a gym cold approach is to keep it casual, curious, and confident. Try to throw in a little humor there too, if you can, just as the cherry on top, and you've got yourself a successful interaction. Keeping in mind, you probably won't finish it necessarily until the follow-up approach when you see her again. It just depends how far you get. It can happen in one go, but no worries if it doesn't, if all you get is the introduction and that rapport build. So let's go over again what you don't do really quickly. Do not interrupt her mid-exercise. That's like the golden rule. Do not stare at her like you're counting her macros. Do not lurk around or stare at her too long before an approach. Remember, you're trying to make this seem like it's spontaneous and casual. And please avoid any sleazy lines. Certainly don't use any pickup lines, and never make any commentary about her body or her physique. Whether it's positive or negative, women do not want to know that they are being evaluated or watched. They are very sensitive when it comes to their physique and their body. Do not follow her around the gym like a lost dumbbell. Remember, we're trying not to be creepy here. And don't linger on rejection. It's no big deal. It happens all the time. Exit gracefully. I know it's a little awkward feeling in the moment, but that's just how it goes, guys. There's nothing wrong with you trying to engage people. No harm in trying. It's all good if it doesn't work out. And remember, don't take it personally either. You don't know about the boyfriend she already has, for instance. There's a personal reason there that is invisible to you. So don't take it personally. Simply move on. Approaching a woman at the gym is a lot like walking into a dojo. You do it with a lot of reverence, stand tall, never swing widely. When you carry yourself like a king, you know the right queen is going to come around eventually. Final thoughts. The gym is not a pickup bar, but it can be where something real begins, where something real happens. Don't force it, do not fake it. And don't forget, women will tend to notice men who notice themselves first. You got this.